All right, Mark, are you ready for this podcast? And tell me, what do you got for us?
Yeah, bro. Let's fucking go. We got a quick one today. We got some super cool AI topics for the day. I saw, or you mentioned already before. You have some good, son. Do you want to start with yours, or should I jump in with ours?
Sure, Mark. So I want to talk about character AI. So, Mark, do you know what it is? If not, I'm just gonna give you a quick summary of it.
Give me the quick summary, bro.
All right. So, character AI is basically a tool or website which allows you to create chatbots, basically built on AI. So, for example, you can text on this website with Elon Musk, or you can create an anime character, whoever you can just text to. And this website, Mark, guess how much traffic they have each month right now?
700,000.
They had last month 198 million views.
What?
All right. So for those people who don't understand, that's
a
freaking
ton,
a
bro.
lot. That is so many users. And now, Mark, how much time do you think they're spending on the website just texting with these bots?
Average 10 minutes.
They spent more than 33 minutes. So, like, think
Do they
about
have
it.
ads?
The
Tell me they have
website,
ads. Please tell me they have ads.
well, they have partnerships, etc. They have also a cool
Mhm.
subscription model. So, guys, let's just break it down. So, imagine a website which gets over 190 million views, and they've been
Mhm.
growing, right? So, like, I mean, the last 2 months they decreased a little bit, but like in March, I think they had like 100 million, and then in May
Mhm.
they went up to 280 million views, which is insane. That's just bonkers numbers. I think people don't understand how much traffic this actually is. Getting over 200 million views a month, with people spending more on average 33 minutes. So that really is product market fit. Now, Mark, how they make money is basically they have a subscription. So subscription, as if you want to create, for example, content or an AI
Mhm.
bot, you can just like subscribe, create it, and then if people use your bot, you get also percentage of it. So if there people spend a lot of time on it, you get money from that. But yeah, so there's a subscription of $10 that people are paying, well, $9.99. And of course, then they're making money with like partnerships, etc., which is quite cool, right? So in the end, think about it. You have a website that just exploded, just like in I think a little bit over a year. Let me just check when it was created. Uh, wait. Yeah, no, it was founded in 2021, but still, like in 2 years, they just went from 0 to 198 million monthly views, which is
Mhm.
for me completely bonkers. But yeah, Mark,
Damn, that's a
imagine. So,
lot.
like, for example, what?
That's a lot, bro.
It is. And for me, it's just mind blowing when I saw the website and it was like, all right, text with the bot. So I just texted with Elon Musk and he said, like, I'm busy to saving the world, whatever. And you just text with him and he gives like the typical Twitter answers that you get, right? So I texted with him and wait, let me just pull that out quickly. Or with Mario, whoever you want to text with, bro. You can text with whoever. Let's say Elon Musk. What does he say? He's telling me right now, you're wasting my time. I literally rule the world. I was like, all right. Any tips on, And he's like, be determined, never give up, think outside the box, never settle for the status quo, set challenging goals.
You're
So I think it's
making
just
the
like
worst
from
Elon Musk voice ever.
it is, but I think it's super, super cool because like me just using the website, I'm just like keep on a text with all these different characters that exist there. So it's like super, super cool concept. And they're just like using like large language models to make money,
Mhm.
and then also giving able to pay the creators, right? So you have a
That's
subscription
super cool.
model.
So it's a
Yeah, I think
platform
that's
end
like
of the day, right?
yeah, it's a platform exactly. So it's a huge platform. You have like communities, etc. I think it's super, super cool. But yeah, that's
Nice,
just
bro.
like my quick find of the week. I just wanted to share with you guys, and I thought it's just like amazing what you can build right now, especially like getting so much engagement, which is crazy.
All right. So OpenAI just dropped the new ChatGPT, and I don't think people understand how revolutionary truly the new ChatGPT's multimodal capabilities are. So let's break it down.
So Mark, tell me, what is it exactly?
All right. So there's a few things. You can first all now speak with ChatGPT. So they use Whisper, which is their basically voice to text app that they built as well. And then you can use text to speech in 5 different voices. So think about it this way. So you can speak with the AI now. It can process data in terms of what you tell them. It will obviously put it into text and then the reverse
Yeah.
as well. So it can speak to you. So think about now we're so much closer, one step closer to freaking Jarvis from fucking Iron Man.
Hell
So who
yeah.
doesn't want that, bro? Fuck
I would love
Siri,
to have.
bro.
I would love to have him. Jarvis,
Fuck
tell me
yeah.
all
Or
about it.
Monday, right? Monday's the new one. I
Yeah,
think it's called
now the
Monday,
Monday.
right? Or
I
Sunday.
think, right?
Sunday, I think. Sunday or Monday. Anyways, one of Iron Man's fucking AI helpers. Amazing. So this is one thing. But this wasn't even the fucking craziest thing. So the other one was chat with images. So basically you upload an image into the chat and then you say, hey, let's say you took a picture of your bike and you said, hey, please help me with adjusting the seat. I want to adjust the height
Yeah.
of the seat. So it tells you directly, hey, okay, you have to, this is a lever that you have to open. Then you have to adjust a little bit the wheel on the side, and then you could pull up the seat, and then you have to actually tighten it up again. So it understands text, not text understands text, and with this also images and has logic behind it.
That is
How
super
freaking
sick.
cool is this? All right,
Mark, that
then
brings me
another
a
one.
point.
All right, go ahead. You go.
All right, so it brings me to a point because I'm thinking like, okay, so it can now identify images as well as like interpret it. That also brings me like more to, because we're business people, so I was thinking like, okay, how can it actually help us, right? So for example,
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's got the last few things and then jump in there. What's
alrighty.
what are the implementations? Because I have a lot of ideas on this. I want to hear yours as well. All right. So the last one was text to speech model, which are already used with Spotify's voice translation features.
Yeah.
So that means they're already using that to whatever you have a podcast, you can directly, like this podcast, have everything written down in text. So you don't have to pay for these expensive tools anymore. ChatGPT can do it now.
That is just super sick. I mean,
Right,
in
Lucas.
general, just dubbing.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. So let's jump to right next to Lucas. What are the risks and what are the downsides and what are your topics that you want to talk about?
So for me, I would first like to talk a little bit about implementations for business side, right? Because the idea is how I can see this actually work, like for normal content creators or maybe small business owners, because I think that's for me a very interesting perspective. Because in the end, it's like very cool, like what you explained with the bike adjusting. I mean, that sounds cool, but to be honest, how often will you actually use it is a different story, and how much value will this create instead of just watching a YouTube video. Like for me, I rather would like to talk about how, for example, for SEO creation, right? So blog article creation, how does it actually have an impact? Or may this be on podcasters, right? So they are creating right now. We're speaking in English. Our podcast is English. Now, if with this model we can just instantly translate it into Spanish, man, that would be amazing. Imagine we can just like choose and like in whatever voice in Spanish, and then just have it all in dubbed in Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese. So, for example, that's something very, very cool, which I think will be like bringing it to the next level. Because in the end, it's like you're opening up for so many new markets, which, for my opinion, is amazing and directly brings value from the start.
100% agree. So what I was thinking about more when I read this, I was like, hey, there's so many AI companies right now. They're building on top of the layer, the base layer, but the tools are like level one ones. Like, hey, read
Yeah.
PDFs, whatever. And I mean, we already talked about this off camera a lot. And usually these things, eventually ChatGPT will be able to do it. It's like the same with, hey, understanding images, text to speech, etc.
I mean, we literally talked about this also in the other podcast, right? That we're saying basically right now, all the AI tools are basically the similar to on the App Store, the first layer or the first utility apps, which were like Flashlight, etc. So yeah, that's something that the model will, in one point in time, will be able to do.
Exactly. Since we talked about it already, man, another week, we're already there, right? It's going so fast and it has this. So the question for me is, all right, if you're thinking now, this is level one, so what's level two? So it doesn't matter. What are the limitations that ChatGPT will never be able to do, right? And at the end of the day, what I'm my head is always thinking is like data. Like in terms of if you have your proprietary data, like say you have a data set that you have collected over years, and now you can build ChatGPT or whatever with AI on top of that that is gold. So, like we already listened to another podcast, now it's the time for direct to consumers again. Because if you have
So
proprietary data set, and then you can just build this on top, which you don't even have to work with. You don't have to make the assistant better, etc.
um, just to give an example, I think a really, really good example would be, for example, building a tool or chat for nutrition. Okay. So you use
Oh
ChatGPT
yeah,
as a
we talk
base,
about.
and then you can just like with an API get access to like all the nutritional values, etc. So an API that, for example, is given by the government, which has all nutritional facts about every food that is in the country, etc., registered. And now, if you mix it, so basically you just mix ChatGPT and getting access to this data, you have like proprietary, like, well, you creating a database, like as well as a product, which is super super cool. And then, which for example, ChatGPT will never do by itself because you're mixing two different things or different sources.
That might be our next idea for a startup, Lucas. We
You
talked
never
about
know.
this already. Let's fucking go. 100%.
Exact.
So I like the idea, bro, and that's why I was thinking about. So I think you can use any kind of data set that you have, start collecting it, and then just use it. Well, whatever OpenAI or other services, which we're going to talk later about as well, what they have, and just put it on top. And then you can directly go. It's going to be incredible how fast you can build incredibly good products.
Oh, for sure. I mean, another example is we listened both to the podcast Libros para Entrepreneur, basically a Spanish podcast, which is summaries, Spanish summaries of books.
Yeah.
And this guy has like, I think he has like over 90 million downloads, etc. On Spotify. And he has like a lot of, he also had like a lot of courses like on how to build a business, etc. Now, what he did, he cataloged all his like questions that his clients or users ever had over all his years,
Mm-hmm.
and then taught ChatGPT on these questions and the answers he gave. Right, he like cataloged all of this. Now, in his next course, he's offering this included, right? Because in the end, like normally it was like you can only ask questions when we're in session, etc. Because I only have these hours where I can respond to emails. But now imagine
Mm-hmm.
you have, or that's what he actually already built. You have a chat which allows you directly to talk with him because he gave already the answers previously to other like users and has a certain pattern. So that's like really really cool because it's like it's imagine like you're talking to Lucas and Mark. You can ask us any questions because we fed it on all the questions that other people had for us. And yeah, I think that's really, really cool.
But the question is, would that model wouldn't get more intelligent than to the level that we had the data you fed? So if I change our opinion on something, it will not do that.
Yes, exactly. So that's one of the problems, right? So I mean, in the end, if you give it new data, it might change it, but yeah,
Mm.
there's a limitation. But if it's like certain, but that's why you always need to review your data. So otherwise, it would be like also too
100%.
easy, right?
That's true.
But yeah, but it's super cool because it's like so scalable. Like it makes it because before, like if especially if you have a course, right, you're limiting yourself. Because what makes a good course what makes a course good or what makes a course great, right? A good course is
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you learn a little bit, but sometimes you don't take that much home. But a great course is if you have certain questions that you didn't understand, and the person takes its time or take their time to actually answer your question, this would makes it great for me, right? Because like I might not have the same questions
It's
as
great
10
for
other
the
people.
course business or any kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Might be even good for languages learning, right? I think these are different. I think there's specific use cases which this is amazing in. Anything that has any customer service, etc. I mean, they
Yeah.
use that already, right? Some customer
Yeah.
services, etc. So they don't have the call centers anymore, and people don't have to deal with negativity all the time because yeah, it's a whole different issue, maybe different episode, but it's crazy what's going on there in the AI. All right,
For sure. So
so are
Mark,
you ready for the next one, Lucas?
please go
I
ahead.
have a next banger. All right, I already
Knock
teased it
him out of the
before.
park, baby. All right, go ahead.
Ooh, yeah, let's go. All right. So Jeff Bezos, aka the man, just made a huge move by actually buying a minority part in Anthropic. Anthropic is similar to OpenAI. They have also a large language learning model, and apparently Amazon bought a piece, not even the majority, a minority stake in Anthropic for $4 billion.
4 billion. Holy cow.
4 billion.
That must be one of the biggest
Jesus.
investment in a startup of Amazon.
It's insane. It is crazy. And this is the cool thing. So why did they do this? They've been lacking in AI lately. They've been saying, hey guys, why are you so far behind? So they made a big move in that sense. As well, they have AWS, right? Amazon owns AWS. Lucas, what is AWS?
AWS is basically servers. So as a startup founder or any company founder, you either have on Azure, which is Microsoft, or you have it on Google servers, or you have it on AWS. So we're running everything over AWS.
Exactly. It's Amazon Web Services, so they have anything server, processing power, etc. You can just borrow it from them and you have to pay them. Anyways, so they have a new generation of chips coming, and now since they have the Anthropic, they bought that, and AI is super intense in terms of, hey, how much computational power you need. They're basically buying this stake. It's like, hey guys, but all the processing come with us. So fucking genius move. They already put that. Now they, again, a cost center, they make it a profit center. Fucking super, super cool. I think smart move. I like the way they're going with that. And this way, Amazon will also stay competitive in the market and can offer all their users that use AWS at some point also services in the AI space. So for me, that's a big thumbs up. Play a move. Jeffy B,
I think
got it.
In general, that's super, super smart. Like moving from like a cost center to a profit center. This might be a little bit off topic, but it reminds me also of Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast,
Oh yeah,
we all know Mr. Beast, over 150 million subscribers. And the thing that he saw, he saw, okay, like English speaking, he had pretty much the market penetrated very well. And the next thing he wanted to go is like into like Spanish speaking, like Portuguese, so like Brazil, etc. And what he did, he first had like, okay, I want to go in these markets. So what he hired dubbed actors. So for example, I think in Brazil, it's actually he hired the person who speaks Spider-Man, right? And so basically everybody's, what? He's Spider-Man? So it's one of the things that's like super, super cool for brand recognition. But what I actually want to come to is the cost center was actually the dubbing, right? So he had to dub every episode. And then what he built a service.
subbing,
Exactly.
all the services of localization.
Yes. And he created basically a service for all other YouTubers that want to have their videos dubbed. And now what they can do, they just like hire him. So basically his cost center is now a profit center because he is like the capabilities that he built out he can now sell to other ones and basically, make the cost center to a profit center.
I like smart move. He's making moves. I mean, this guy is only 25, I think, right? Crazy young, super cool guy. I think that's a whole different topic, but I like it. I like this kind of
He's
principle.
25, yes.
I heard this concept first explained also by Amazon. I think that's how they invented AWS or how they built it out. And
super cool.
Great move. All right, bro, that's it for me already. I think this is the AI episode. I'm a little bit off
That's
topic.
it?
I like it.
All right, everybody. Catch you next one. Inside Twins out.
Cheers.